Hi, I'm Hazel. It's almost Saturday, and that makes it time to sit down and catch up on the WoW news of the week, what I've been up to, and answer some of your questions. This week in the WoWverse, the Mythic race is continuing. We have what I would now classify as many guilds, 7 of 8 Mythic Eternal Palace. They're all working on Ashara. It looks rough, but there's a hotfix going out this morning, so maybe by the time this video comes out, the problem will already be solved. You know, that Blizzard banged on the proverbial bottle of ketchup and, you know, made hot dogs for everyone, you know, like, hang on, I should double check. It took me a while to sit down and start recording because well, this wasn't why, but I had just put hand cream on and then I was trying to pull the chain to turn my light off. Anyways. Okay, yeah, no, nobody's done it yet, but it's now 11 guilds at 7 of 8, so probably still hard. You know, that's my professional opinion. As far as my decidedly not Mythic guild, we had a great raid night last night. We are now 6 of 8 heroic. So we had cleared normal Ashara for the first time on our last raid. We skipped a raid because half of our guild went to Comic-Con without me. Not that I was ever going, but I'm clearly still bitter about it. Yeah, so we skipped a week, so we've only had 2 raid nights, and the first week we cleared Ashara, and then the second week we re-cleared normal, and we're now 6 of 8 heroic, and everything except for maybe Ashvane kind of fell over on heroic. Ashvane took us a few tries to figure out where we wanted to lust, when we wanted to burn. We had the most success burning on her after breaking the second shield on her health phase, we managed to lust and get her down then, so we didn't have to deal with a third shield because that was not happening. But yeah, everything else was 1-shot or maybe 2-shot. It went really smoothly. We're working on Zakul now, which I have a feeling will not go as smoothly, but you know, that seems to be the way things are. I had a really lucky loot week, trinkets specifically, and then I guess also my weapon. I got a 435 Sea Breeze, which is that staff that has the haste proc from, I don't know, wherever. I got a 435 one of those out of my Mythic cache, and I simmed it, and apparently that's good, and I should put it on. And then in my first heroic Behemoth kill, I got the Leviathan's Lure on heroic, which is my best trinket, so I'm quite excited. Other things happening this week, it's been pretty quiet. I feel like most of the news is focused on the Mythic race. I did compile a very short list of things that I found out, awkwardly late in BFA. Some of these, one of these things I just found out yesterday, some of them I just found out over the last couple of weeks, and I figured I would share them so that you can either laugh at me, and maybe 1 or 2 of you also didn't know, so I can help. And also, it's pretty silly. So one thing that missed me for the longest time, I somehow completely missed the memo that there were even main stat gems. I had been only gemming secondary gems for the whole expansion. And the way I found out is our tank in our raid was okay, everybody, just so you know, there's a new main stat gem, and you can wear that in addition to your old one. You can have both a Kraken's Eye and a Leviathan's whatever. I think that's what those are called. If it's not, I'll edit it in. But he was saying that you can wear one of both of them if main stat gems happen to be good for you, which is a great piece of advice and also part of this tip. But I hadn't even noted. I thought the main stat gems were jewel crafter only for some reason, so they're not. And you can wear 2 main stat gems. You can wear one of the old ones and one of the new ones, so that's one thing. The second thing I found out on stream yesterday, this blew my mind, and I feel dumb now for not knowing it earlier. So the Budding Deep Coral, it's that item that you can purchase off a vendor in Najatar. It costs 5 prismatic mana pearls, and what it does is allows you to use your underwater only mounts, like your seahorses and your skates and stuff, as flying mounts in Najatar. And I had never bought that up until yesterday, because my understanding, which was apparently wrong, I thought that it was consumable. I thought that it was going to be an hour buff, or an until you leave a zone buff, or a 1-day thing, and I wasn't about to go spending mana pearls for some consumable limited time buff, so I had just never tried it. Found out that it's not limited time. You buy it once, you pay your 5 mana pearls, and then you have the buff. And then you just have it forever. You don't have to reapply it. There's no buff in your buff bar. You can just ride your underwater mounts around. You can get on your jellyfish and your seahorses and your tide stallions and your brindy bottom feeder. It's amazing. I had no idea that wasn't consumable. It's just permanent. Go spend 5 mana pearls and fly around in a seahorse. It's exactly as good as you think it's gonna be. And then third thing was just a really tiny thing. I don't think this really counts because I found out just about the time that I needed to find out, but just on the off chance that any of you are stuck on your Mechagon Safari achievement farming for the yellow junk hopper frog, I was put onto a really great technique that you can do where you zone into the dungeon and then take a left and go back towards the beach. You don't even need to do that really. Like, you can just use a macro, a /tar yellow junk hopper, to check if there's any up, and if there are, that's how you get to the beach without getting killed. You can basically just run in the instance, check really quick, like run in the instance, hit your macro, check if there's a junk hopper. If there's not, you leave instance, reset, and you can do that 10 times an hour. And I found my yellow junk hopper that way. I found it in like 4 resets. It was really quick. I felt kind of bad. And I'm done my safari now. I have my Kelphin pet, so if you are stuck on the junk hopper, definitely try resetting mechagon, because I'm not convinced that they won't fix that. Other things going on with me this week, I just hit neck level 59 this morning, and I'm actually quite satisfied, weirdly enough, with Azurite in 8.2, like overall. I feel motivated to go get Azurite, and it feels good when I get it because I'm working towards things like the final ring on my new Azurite gear, and then of course, you know, the stamina points and Titan Essence slots. So, like, the motivation is there, but I also don't feel like I have to do it. I feel like I'm doing it because I want to. Like, if I did, you know, get sick or, for some other reason, stop playing WoW for a week, I wouldn't feel bad about having missed it because you can catch up fairly easily. So, I think that's in a pretty good spot. I'm excited. I think one of the reasons I've been spending so much time doing it is, one, I am nurturing a burgeoning world quest addiction. I cannot help myself. I just have to do them, especially if they're fast ones. And secondly, it's something that I can do while also earning gold because, you know, you're getting rep towards Paragon caches that you can have gold and also AP in them. And then, you know, I get blue items and I can DE those and get a bunch of mats and then craft enchants to sell. And some of the world quests give gold directly. And also, while I'm out there, I'm picking herbs, and every time I see an anchor weed, that's just like winning the lottery. So it's just a fun time, and I'm really enjoying myself. In Hazel content announcements, I have officially decided, this is the official notification, that starting not this upcoming week, but the following one, here, I'll grab an exact date for you. So not this Tuesday, the 29th, but next Tuesday, August 5th, starting that week, and with that stream, I am moving all of my streams over to Twitch. I have looked over the pros and cons. I have decided I really want them to be in one place, and Twitch is going to be the place that is going to be. So to alleviate a couple of immediate concerns, the VODs for Tuesday streams, Friday streams, and baking streams I will still export those to YouTube. They'll still be in the same place they've always been, so you don't have to watch Twitch VODs if you like watching those ones. If you do want to watch Twitch VODs, there's a lot more of them than just that because I do stream 6 times a week now, and I don't play any kind of music on my stream, so they shouldn't get muted. And that about sums up that change. I said I would do this when I became a Twitch partner, if I became a Twitch partner, and that has not happened yet. But maybe I just need to prove to the mysterious Twitch overlords that I like really believe in the platform, and maybe then it'll happen. I don't know. And in my personal life lately, I have lost my marbles. I've lost my marbles because I'm finding and gathering all my marbles. I've gone like headfirst down a ridiculous decluttering, cleaning, organizing rabbit hole. You know, like Marie Kondo got to me. She's in my head, and I'm folding my clothes into envelopes, and I'm getting rid of all sorts of things I don't need, and I'm very excited about it, but I'm also not entirely in control of myself and my actions. Yesterday, I had some things I needed to do, and I was just watching myself fold my own clothes when I needed to be doing something else, and I don't think there's anything I could have done about it. Questions from this week. Jason asks, what are your thoughts on multi-boxers? I've been a multi-boxer since early in the Lich King era and have been consistently fighting off haters for a decade now. People randomly send me messages, calling me every name in the book. I don't really understand where all the hate is coming from. I don't PvP, I don't gold farm, I keep to myself, yet I'm constantly flooded with negative messages. So, first of all, that sucks, and that's never okay. You know, harassing individual players is never called for. Secondly, I do understand where it comes from. I don't think it's okay to do it, sending you hate specifically, but there are perceptions in the WoW community that multi-boxers are damaging to, firstly, the economy, and secondly, world PvP, because they do objectively have an unfair advantage in those spheres. Like, technically, anybody could multi-box, so it's not really unfair, but it's not accessible to almost everybody, so people can feel like you're cheating, even though it is well accepted and established. And secondly, there's another perception in the community where some people think, and whether or not they're right is up for debate, but some people think that the only reason that Blizzard allows multi-boxing is because it's more money for them because of the money, multi-boxers pay to maintain all their accounts. It's not a great look, and any sort of situation where you can view Blizzard as being money hungry is going to push everybody's buttons, so I think that's where it's coming from. Again, it's not okay. I don't think you're doing anything wrong, but that's, I think, where people are sort of getting their undies in a twist about it. Typhoon asks, have you considered streaming on YouTube and Twitch simultaneously? I have considered it, and I am not doing it for two reasons. Firstly, because I am now a Twitch affiliate, my affiliate contract, and then hopefully later the partner contract, does not allow for that. Twitch has an exclusive license on any content you broadcast to them for affiliates and partners, not anybody else, for 24 hours. So that means that I cannot simultaneously stream to both if I'm a Twitch affiliate, and I also need to wait 24 hours after the stream ends before I put the VOD onto YouTube. And then secondly, the concept of trying to keep up with two separate stream chats that cannot see each other when I can't even keep up with one of them just makes me kind of want to like turn off my computer and go back to bed. So not a bad idea for some streamers, but definitely not the way to go for me. And CodeZeez asks, since you have tried Classic, what is the best feature in retail have that Classic lacks in your opinion? So what would I, put in retail from Classic if I could? So I understand that this is not popular. Maybe it's popular. It's not a majority opinion, I don't think. I miss having to feed hunter pets. The whole experience of remembering what your baby needs to eat and then either shopping for it or farming for it and then making sure that you have enough for your day. I understand that's a lot of busy work, and it's kind of unfair when no other class has to do that, but it was such a cute thing that really got me into the role-playing a hunter with a lifelong pet companion mode. And now that I'm thinking about it, I don't necessarily want to put that, for hunter pets in BFA, especially because I don't actively play a hunter right now, but what if we could feed our companion pets like our vanity pets, and then if you had fed a vanity pet, it would just look like maybe a little bigger, maybe a little shinier, like a well-fed, like a thriving version of every pet, so that if you have like a favorite one or a couple of favorites that maybe you like farm the food, it could be separate items, it could be the same meat we already used to have another use for that, but like it would be really cute to just like have my priest's like favorite pet, like maybe it's an octopus, and I just like keep a stack of extra briny flesh on hand just to feed it, to make it look cute. Like that would be dope. And that has been my week. Thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions you would like me to answer in one of these videos, please leave them in the comments of the most recent Saturday vlog, and include the word question so that I can find it. Stop by live stream sometime, twitch.tv/Hazelnuttygames. They are all moving there starting August the 5th, so be aware of that. And I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day.